Oh man, I gotta let New York have it. I gotta keep my people accountable. I gotta say what I gotta say, because this foolishness right here, there's no need for it. Welcome back, YouTube. It's your host, Bruce G&T, and we're here to talk about the ICE raids and the protests against them going on in New York City. And this one is in Canal Street, and there's many others around the city. And before I give you my thoughts, let's just jump into this.
Demonstrators clashed with police earlier this afternoon. These demonstrators say they were trying to block ICE agents who they believed were about to go on a raid near Canal Street. Several protesters were arrested. News 4's Melissa Colorado joins us live from Chinatown with the latest tonight. Melissa?
And Rana, as you mentioned, it was just a chaotic scene that broke out here earlier today, right here on the edge of Chinatown and Soho. Dozens of demonstrators clashing with police over a possible ICE raid. Now, we have yet to reach out to hear from ICE raid, rather, about the details, if this was in fact an ICE raid that was about to go down earlier today, and if demonstrators somehow got wind of it. But what we do know is this: multiple demonstrators were placed under arrest. Pushback from protesters Saturday after a standoff between demonstrators and law enforcement ended with multiple people in handcuffs. The confrontation broke out outside of this.
Two things I'm gonna say, right? One, y'all could try that shit with the NYPD, man. They don't play. They don't play. That's the first point. The second point, Canal Street over there by Chinatown, there's a restaurant that has some good duck, like roast duck. They've been open for years. I'm 27. They've been open, like, I think longer than I've been alive. Like, I will go over there when I go to New York and get like a nice roast duck and everything like that. They don't accept cash. No, they don't accept card. Yeah, they only accept cash. But I can't remember the name. But it's right there on Canal Street. I know exactly where to go as soon as I get off the train. Hopefully they stay away from them. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they straight, but even still. But in all seriousness, look, I'm gonna try not to be toxic when I say this. Y'all New Yorkers piss me the fuck off. Y'all stand for this shit right here, but let it be some real shit going on in your city, and y'all niggas is quiet. And when I say that, I don't mean just black. I mean all of y'all that live in there. The crime is rampant up there in New York. When I use a Nextdoor app, is it the Nextdoor app? I believe the Nextdoor app, where it shows all like the stuff going on in the city and everything like that. You can go, 2 inches on that app without seeing something going on, a crime, something. And it's funny because we're going to jump into another video where they pretty much talk about how they're kind of keeping tabs on ICE to keep everybody informed. It's funny, y'all keep them informed with that shit, but let it be some real shit. Someone get hit by a car, no one ever knows who did it. Someone gets shot, no one ever knows who did it. Y'all don't know who do the crime in y'all city, but let it be some shit like this, and y'all sitting there like, oh, we got to keep them informed. What is wrong with y'all? The shit that actually matters. People getting set on fire in trains, people fighting in the street, and no one's jumping up to defend them. But look some bullshit right here. All of a sudden now y'all sitting there like, yeah, we gotta protect one another. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all not about that. It's that fake altruism shit that I don't like.
Parking garage on Center Street and Howard Street just before noon, after demonstrators say they witnessed federal agents gathering for a possible immigration raid. Just last month, another clash broke out between protesters and law enforcement in Chinatown after ICE agents arrested vendors for selling counterfeit goods.
Look, they were gone for a while, right? They were gone for a while. Where Look, I seen y'all, and I'm gonna tell you what, I'm about to out some of y'all white people. The main one that be buying them fake Gucci bags, them fake Louis bags and everything like that. Yeah, I be peeping y'all. When I'm walking down there, or I'm taking the bus or taking a taxi, I see y'all. Them fake ass bags on the ground, and they made very well. Don't get me wrong, they are made very well. Look, they know they're not supposed to be selling fake bags. Y'all can't get upset. They were gone for years, and they recently came back, I want to say like a year or two ago, something like that. But they were gone for years because they're not supposed to be doing that. They're selling fake bags. What do you want them to do?
My wife and I received a message online about it, and we came down here from the Upper West Side to give our voices in allegiance to people against ICE and against the illegal activities that ICE are doing.
Video from the scene shows demonstrators using...
They're selling illegal bags. You do know that. Like, they're not supposed to be selling the bags. That's why they're on the street. But what ICE is doing is illegal. Like I said, this fake ass altruism, I'm not for that, right? But people getting beat up in the street, women getting punched in the face, y'all not doing shit. Y'all not standing up for that. I have no issue with people having like a dislike for them taking away people and everything. I don't care about that. That's fine. But it's when y'all have energy for this shit over here, but the day-to-day like that happens on a consistent basis, y'all don't have energy for that.
plants as barricades. One man was seen standing in the way of a police van. A woman who appears to be a demonstrator seen pouring water into her eyes, possibly after being pepper sprayed. Photographer Dean Moses, who works for a different news outlet, was caught in the mayhem.
Oh, I just have a really bad sting in the eyes. I got hit in the face a little bit. I was bleeding from my mouth, but I'm okay.
We've reached out to ICE to find out if the clash between cops and demonstrators actually thwarted an immigration raid, but have yet to hear back. And police have not confirmed yet how many demonstrators were placed under arrest. That's the latest here in Chinatown. I'm Melissa, Colorado, News 4 New York.
Look, like I said, as long as they leave my people over there by that restaurant, the Good Roast Duck, alone, I'm straight. I don't really care. But let's jump into another video if I can find it. If I can find it, where they were pretty much discussing how they were keeping each other informed for this nonsense, but not for other shit.
Immigrants are under attack. What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
The New York Immigration Coalition, along with elected officials and advocacy groups, gathered just steps from where Saturday's confrontation unfolded between demonstrators, ICE agents, and NYPD officers.
When I arrived, they were just rolling down Lafayette Street and turning onto Canal Street. What I saw disgusted me, because what I saw was the NYPD behaving like handmaidens to these ICE terrorists.
NYPD says officers responded to a call of a disorderly group at a garage in Chinatown Saturday morning. Police say people were blocking streets and exits at several locations and that some protesters were seen throwing debris. Officers say after repeated orders to disperse were ignored, several people were taken into custody.
Protesters, New Yorkers, friends and family members were confronted by the NYPD. And then they were brutalized. Some people randomly were maced, others were thrown to the ground violently.
New York City is designated a sanctuary city. Comptroller Brad Lander says that prevents city employees, including police, from assisting ICE with deportations.
They prevent New York City employees, whether police department or comptrollers or teachers, from collaborating with or facilitating ICE deportations.
According to Lander, ICE agents are allowed to deport people who are removable, but
there are people who are deportable, who have not committed any crime, who have come into the country without a visa. Many of them are applying for asylum. Some of them have temporary protective status that Trump ripped away. They're Afghan or they're Haitian, and now all of a sudden their status is gone.
ICE issued
I like how he tried to avoid saying illegally, without a visa. So illegally, right? That's what you're trying to say? Look. The reason I'm upset has nothing to do with the fact they want to protest. I don't give a damn if you want to protest. Go ahead. That's your right. Two things. The NYPD weren't there to assist ICE. They were there for a disturbance, like what was said. And then when they arrived, and just knowing New Yorkers, and I could just imagine what happened. They saw NYPD there, and they just started bucking against them. Then NYPD got more involved, and it just became this whole clash. I guarantee you that's what happened. NYPD wasn't there at first, along with ICE assisting them, but it became an NYPD issue. I'm just glad that my cousins that were trying to, get into NYPD ain't got to deal with this shit, because I'd be beefing with some people. Anyway, besides that point, right? I am frustrated at this bullshit that I see when it's like these people that you never see them out in the city protesting or standing up for nothing, not your neighborhoods when they get shot up, not the neighborhoods where these women, mostly white women, get punched in the face. None of that shit. You never see them. Because like I've said many times in my other videos, I go through the news in New York on a consistent basis. Someone's getting mowed down by a car. Someone's getting shot up. Someone's getting stabbed. Someone's getting set on fire. It's every single day is some shit. But you never see these people out here talking about how we need to solve this, how we need to fix this. And you know what's crazy? And I said it earlier in the video, right? They can never find out who these people are. Yeah, they show their picture on the video and everything like that because New York is very much like surveillance city. Like they have it locked down. But besides that, they never catch these people, man. And it's within their own communities. Now ICE come through. Oh, we got to stand together. We got to keep informed. We got to keep... Nigga, what? So when ICE leaves, right? Let's just say ICE leaves. You're going to go back to the same old rigmarole story of crime being perpetrated and no one knowing who does it. And then you got someone crying up on the screen going, oh, this shouldn't be happening. If you don't believe me, look at the news in New York, man. I'm telling you, every single day. News at 12, CBS New York, Fox 5 New York, all of it is consistently just crime and shit. And no one ever knows who does it. Because no one's talking to anybody. No one wants to help. But here right now, they're going to help, right? It's bullshit.
Statement saying in part, quote, "We are grateful for the NYPD officers that responded to these violent agitators and stopped the lawlessness that ensued. We won't let violent rioters slow us down, and anyone who assaults law enforcement will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law." And the NYPD did not respond to the accusations raised at today's rally, but did confirm that multiple people were arrested on Wednesday, though they have not provided an exact number.
Look, I'm going to be covering this, looking into it, because like I said, I got to keep these New Yorkers accountable, man, because I don't know what's going on. They got energy for the wrong shit, but it is what it is. Well, you guys, you already know the drill. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. Comment down below. Tell me your thoughts. Am I off? Am I wrong for feeling the way that I am and being as passionate as I am when it comes to having energy for one thing but not another? Because, like I said, if you live in New York, you know what it is every single day. You know what it is every single day. And no one ever talks about it. No one ever advocates for it. No one's ever in the streets saying, no, we got to make a change. And they keep voting in the same bullshit time and time and time and time again. But God forbid, ICE rolls through. All of a sudden now people are just like, oh, the immigrants are under attack. You're right. They're under attack from their own denizens at time. But no one wants to talk about that. And it's cool. It's cool. But yeah, like I said, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. That's it for now. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.